Tyson Raw asks, has ExpressLRS Gemini reached a product maturity that's worth the investment for enhanced range and penetration? If so, what module-based TX and ARCs would you recommend? Is anybody other than Beta FPV? Let's see. Beta FPV makes a Gemini module. The Jumper T20 has Gemini built in. But I think Beta FPV is the only commercially manufactured Gemini module. Right? I think so. So the Gemini, the Beta FPV Super D. That's it. It's the Beta FPV Super D. Is I think the only commercially available Gemini module. Is it worth it? Gemini does increased link reliability. Don't think about Gemini as giving you enhanced range and penetration. It doesn't. Okay? That's the wrong way to think about Gemini, in my opinion. Gemini basically doubles your odds of a packet getting through. So, let's say that you are real close to the controller. The transmitter and the receiver are real close. Your LQ is 100%. Your signal strength is super high. Gemini is pointless in that scenario. Think about it. Gemini is pointless. What's it doing? It's just retransmitting the same packet twice. Well, the first packet was already going to get there. So it's pointless. As you get further and further away, you get into this gray area where some of the packets start not getting through. And your LQ goes down. So now your LQ is maybe 95%, maybe 90%. Now Gemini has a purpose. If when you fly, your LQ is usually, say, 95 or higher, you don't need Gemini. Maybe 90 or higher. What Gemini is going to do is it's going to increase your LQ a little bit. Okay? How much does it increase your LQ? Well, I mean, not a lot. Like if you're in this gray area where some of the packets are getting through and some of them aren't, well, retransmitting each packet 2 times, well, sometimes it'll get through on the second try and sometimes it won't. So it's not going to bring your LQ up massively, but it's going to increase your LQ. So enhanced range and penetration. Gemini is going to push your range limit out just a little bit. But if you think about it, you're going to go, you're right here and everything is wonderful and your LQ is 100. Now you're in the gray zone and your LQ is starting to drop. That's where Gemini helps you a little bit. And now you're at the point where nothing's getting through. Your LQ is like 30. Okay, Gemini takes it from 30 to 35. Big deal. It's still shit, right? So Gemini's not helping you at that point. So Gemini increases your range just a little bit, increases your LQ is the way to think about it. But it's not like gonna suddenly double the range, double the penetration. The other thing LQ can do is LQ retransmits the packets. And for like racers who want really consistent packet timing, even though they're flying close up, sometimes, especially in a race environment, there's interference and you lose packets. So Gemini can be useful up close by retransmitting packets and making sure that there's less jitter and less drop packets, which racers care about. Okay. But so frankly, I don't think Gemini right now, especially because the only commercial Gemini module is from Beta FPV, which I would feel better if it was coming from Radio Master. But anyway, I don't think it's like night and day. It's interesting. Gemini will be real interesting when dual band Gemini starts coming out. That's something that is in the ExpressLRS. They merged the ExpressLRS code to do it, but nobody's making hardware for it yet. And so, you could have a 400 megahertz and a 900 megahertz Gemini module, or a 900 and a 2.4. That's kind of cool, That's kind of cool.